wheels, compact crossovers, and the Cowboys choking in the playoffs all have in common. In America, they're all safe bets. The 2015 Chevrolet Equinox is about as safe as digging a hole in your backyard for your money or learning shipbuilding if you live near the coast. Redesigned in 2010, the 2015 model features an updated fascia and some redesigning on how they market the thing, but we'll talk about that later. Right now, let's just celebrate the Chevrolet Equinox's copious amounts of ordinary. Okay, so ordinary isn't maybe the barest assessment. Despite looking like the same Equinox that we've had for a few years, the interior is pretty teched out. Like a lot of Chevrolets, the Equinox comes equipped with Wi-Fi capabilities, which if you have an OnStar subscription, means that you can use your car as a hotspot. For about $25 a month, and that's the bare minimum, you can get about 200 megs of data a month, which if you ask anybody with a cell phone, is or isn't a whole lot of data. Realistically, families that are going to use a lot of data, those subscription plans are going to be about $50 a month, which is worth it if you want to keep your kids quiet in the back with iPads. The interior scheme is fairly well thought out, even if the buttons and controls seem a little crammed in there. Storage all around the Equinox is equal parts copious and accessible. And interior space makes a hell of a lot of sense for families. There's 31.5 cubic feet of space in the back with the seats up, 63.7 cubic feet when the seat's down. I have a friend that actually moved all of his life cross-country in one of these things. Throw in the family dog, too. The Equinox comfortably fits 5 adults with plenty of gear, and the V6 is rated to tow 3,500 pounds, which is a small boat or trailer full of ATVs. Outside, the Equinox is a little bit of a snooze fest, but that's okay because the car really has no pretension other than being a family hauler, which it is. The good news is when 2016 models hit showroom floors later this year, they'll have a different front fascia, and that's in preparation for the Equinox moving to a smaller, more progressive platform. That underscores the idea that the current Equinox is on an older, aging platform. That may not matter to a lot of buyers considering Chevrolet sold 250,000 Equinoxes last year, which doesn't mean that it's the best crossover on the planet. It just means it's the right size for a lot of families. But it's not one size fits all. The Equinox comes in either front or all-wheel drive versions with a 2.4-liter 4 or 3.6-liter 6 married to a 6-speed automatic. Neither version cracks the 30-mile-per-gallon barrier, and this car, the V6, ranges in the low 20s when it comes to mileage. The engine isn't completely refined, but it's not super rough. It'll shuffle down the road with plenty of gusto, but when you press to pass, you'll know that you're asking a lot from the busy motor. Driving the Equinox isn't awe-inspiring either. The Broxy frame leans and pitches, rolls and rocks under hurried driving conditions, and it's a reminder of how old the chassis is. But it's also a reminder of how much its competitors like the CX-5 really have the compact crossover market dialed in. But the news is not all bad. At $22,120 to start, and $36,000 here when equipped like our tester, you can get a lot of car for your money. Now, it's inescapable that the Equinox is an older crossover on an aging chassis. But for the right amount of money, you can get, you guessed it, a safe bet for a family car.